Hotep family, Hotep, I want to greet y'all with peace and love. Been telling my guy, King Brother James Haggard, that I make a video of my awakening process, and it's been overdue, so we're gonna try to. I'm gonna try to make this happen for y'all. The way I see my awakening process, though, it's not like one story I can give you. Because my awakening process has been over the course of my life. So it's more like a sitcom. It's more like episodes. At this point in my life, though, it's like a marathon. You know, it's like same episodes keep coming over and over and over and over again. I'm not changing the channel this time. With that being said, since I was very, very young as I can remember, maybe 4 to 5 years old, I could see things that other people could not see. Figures, shadows, spirits, orbs, things of this nature. When I would express these things to my family members and to my parents, I was told that, it's my imagination. I was told to stop playing around, things of that nature. My mind's playing tricks on me, all that good stuff. But I knew what I seen. And that was as young as me being 4 years old. And that, I seen spirits and things of that nature up until probably about 8 years old. Now, when you're that young of a child and you see things of this nature, your first instinct, at least mine was to hide underneath the covers, like I don't want no problems. Yeah, I mean, and I didn't understand the situation, but I knew I was different because I could see things and I could interpret things that my family could not see and or interpret. So let's fast forward. I'm an adolescent, wild, young. Always felt that I was growner than what I was. I left the house at the age of 15 years old to never return. I was in the streets and I was finding my way, actually. Actually, when I left, I told my dad I need to find my path. And actually, I didn't tell him this in person. I got many pages. Y'all remember the beepers. I got many pages from my mom and them when I left, and expressing their concern of, I'm going to run away at this point. And I was telling them when I called, I got to find my own path. Granted, I was selling dope inside my daddy's house, so he was going to send me to military school. And this is why I eventually left the house. But while I was out on my own, I discovered many different things. I discovered that I'm a natural born leader. At the age of 15, I had grown men under me seeking direction, which is very interesting from a street perspective. I seen many things in which snapped me out of reality, or snapped me into a different state. One of these things was lights, in which I interpreted to be not from here, that I viewed in the sky on several different occasions during my adolescent days. I've always been a natural born leader. And I don't care who you are, how old you are. If I feel like I can lead you, then I always tell people to follow the leader. I have no problems with expressing myself. So as coming up, I don't know most of y'all's religious backgrounds. Mine was Christian. I asked many questions about the Bible and about Jesus and about God or a source, because I was very, very interested. I also asked many questions about our homeland, Awaken and or Africa. And the questions and the answers I was getting were, to me, far-fetched, and some other shit was bullshit. Yeah, I mean, I keep it 100 with y'all. So I started to do my own research and my own knowledge. And as I started to get my own knowing of our motherland, and not just commit, but Nubia, Mali, Kush, Ethiopia, not just lower Egypt, but higher Egypt, not just, or lower Kemet and higher Kemet. I began to not just study our motherland. I began to study the Anunnaki. I began to study Elohim itself. I began to study the Nephilims. My research from the motherland took me to basically to the stars. When I started learning of the stars, I started to learn of the Dogon tribe, or Dogon tribe, and when I realized that they hold our map to our true home, which is in Sirius, I started to get more information of how this suit that we're in is just a suit. That's what it is. You know, this is a meat suit, a meat body. And what's inside of us is our energy, that in which connects us to Source. Source is the main focus of all energy. It gives energy to all things. Now, when I started researching all this stuff, you know, my mind is really warped. You know, I got a lot of information inside this dome of mine. So, nothing was coming together until I began to research the Illuminati. When I started to research the Illuminati, a lot of things started to connect, started to click. You know, as far as the whole church thing, as far as the whole UFO alien thing, as far as why they're hiding our history from us in general. And, you know, I come to find out that my opinion is that they are purposely hiding our information from us because they know that we are born gods. You know, born gods and born goddesses. With this being said, you really don't want to give people who have lost that type of information about themselves that type of information, especially when you are controlling these people. And they are controlling us by education, health, our food supply, our water supply, our air supply, anything that which you could think about. Basically, it's our minds. You know, that they put us in a mental prison. And for a long time, I've never been in a mental prison because I ask too many questions. I have more questions than I have answers. Than I've received answers. And I always start out things with questions. You know, because that's a general platform that we can all stand on. Everybody has questions about something. You know, I don't know what your questions are, but my question to you, right? Because as you can see, I'm veering from subject to subject and this, that, and the other. I'm more so awake, but I'm awake like a mad dash because I'm still touching all kind of subjects. I know for me to ascend and to get to my higher self and to activate this here in between my ears, right, which I believe is pretty much activated because my intuition is dumb stupid, right? But my question to you all is, if you're awake, I don't necessarily truly believe that you can have one story. It's an ongoing story. Every day you learn something new, and your opinion should fluctuate with information. Your knowing should change with the more you know. So the more I know and the more I progress, the more I know that I'm on the right path, the more I know that this path that in which they have put us on, and when I say us, I mean all of us as people, because even these white folks don't know where the hell they come from. You know what I mean? Keep it 100. You know what I mean? You know, when it boils down to the fact that, like my king brother James has said, that we are energy, and source is energy. The thing is, how do we keep our energy high? How do we keep harmony in effect? And how do we learn to love each other? You know what I mean? You know, I'm one who, like I posted earlier, I love to love. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not really a conflict type of guy. You know, now don't get it twisted. If there's a problem, then there's a problem. But I prefer to veer from the problems. I prefer to veer from any type of conflict. I'd rather give advice. I'd rather be able to be an ear and a shoulder for you to lean on and cry to, versus let's put these hands up and let's see what it do. You know what I mean? But the way the world has been working, and the way the world, the way the powers that be have set up the world, is that we are supposed to fight each other. We're supposed to kill each other. We're supposed to not like each other for the most pettiest bullshit. All right. And granted, a lot of the posts I post, I'm always going to be for my people first. Get it all the way twisted. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I mean, like Brother Malcolm X said, when he came back from Mecca, he's not opposed to working with any other races, but we got to get our own shit straight. Yeah, I mean, and I would like for all of our people, especially our youth, to really raise their vibration, because they're stuck in ego. They are stuck in these trends and what the world wants, not knowing that our ancestors have divine wisdom inside of our blood, and there's a divine balance in which we have to get back under control. So I don't believe that this is an awakening story. If anything, it's just me, sharing a little bit of me with y'all. Bit like this, anytime anybody's around me, I'm going to try to teach them something, and I'm going to try to learn something from them. I believe this is how we really truly get back on path to knowing and knowing each other and being more comfortable with each other. I'm going back to school. I was getting ready to post that, but I'm about to go back to school, finish this degree. But I want y'all to take into mind this right here. Back in the day, we all had knowledge. As early as 10, you was already, being able to calculate damn near anything, But they got this knowledge from their ancestors. They got this knowledge from their elders that were inside the village or the tribe or whatnot, or what have you. You see what I'm saying? And nowadays we have these things called colleges, and we go to these universities and we spend all kind of buku money, right, to learn from somebody who don't even know you, to be honest with you, right? Yeah, I mean, they learning from shit that somebody else wrote in a book. And we, like the saying goes, you learn something, you reach one, you teach one. And when knowledge has reached my brain, and I classify it as fact, and that I know what it do, I understand it, right? Then my goal and my responsibility to have a better future is to tell the youth about it, period, point blank. You know what I mean? I put so much meat on my son's head, right? That he always constantly has questions. And we should always constantly have questions. It should never be at a point where you don't have a question, okay? I want you to take this video for what it is. I mean, right now I'm at the cut. I'm going through some bills, things of that nature. I may work out a little bit later on. But at the end of the day, right, I've been awake off and on my whole life. You know what I mean? Here now, though, the TV's just staying on. And the more I'm around anybody, right, the more people are naturally drawn to the real that's inside my veins. You know what I mean? I got people that come up to me all the time and they ask questions about my unk. They ask questions about the topics that I speak on, because I speak very... I don't sugarcoat shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't care where I'm at. I don't care if I'm in the Bible. I don't care if I'm in the church. I don't care if I'm in the mosque. I don't care if I'm in the temple. I don't care where I'm at. You know what I mean? If it's truth, then source's language is always spoken. I'll leave you with this. There's only two type of languages ever spoken. Okay, one is truth. The other is deception. I've said this. I posted this before, and this is what I truly believe in my heart of hearts. Source only speaks truth. Okay. Now, there is another language in which is deception. Okay, and this is spoken in many different forms, whether it be English, French, fucking Spanish, Swahili, whatever. You know what I mean? You can speak truth and you can speak deception in many different forms. I seek truth. Okay. Now, a lot of y'all, I don't know what y'all seek. I don't know what y'all own, right? At the end of the day, right? It doesn't matter what you're on, because in my heart of hearts, right, I'm a beacon of love, so I love all y'all. I mean, keep it 100. Yeah, I mean, so with that being said, I don't know if I gab too much. King James, you gonna let me know, like, if this is like what it was. This is an extra long video. I don't do this shit on the norm, so y'all holler at your boy Hotep. Yeah, I mean, and peace and love to y'all, man. Real talk. I don't know if I gabbed or if I gave y'all some info. Yeah, I mean, but if not, holler at me. One.